Chal bhai, let's go. So, Abhishek, you know, one of the common things is that you've reached at a pinnacle or close to a pinnacle of physical endurance in the world today, right? India में 12 हैं, मुझे पता नहीं world में कितने हैं. So you are amongst the, let's say, couple of hundred people in the world to have reached that kind of a physical pinnacle. You know, when common people look at it, there are two things that happen. One, I think majority of them think about it, admire it, but then drop off, saying ये मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा. Right?
Yeah.
Or the other is like people like me sometimes who get motivated around New Year's. यार इस साल जिम की membership लेते हैं और करते हैं इसको, right? And they think it is a matter of next 6 months, 3 months. So help me understand that once that trigger happened, the next steps. How did that journey pan out?
So the 2 points to it, I'll tell you what. One is, like you said, that people start and they stop. So I think when they start and they stop, one of the basic reason is because they're not clear. The intention is not clear. So if your intention is to stay healthy, you might not go for a membership of a gym or something. You might change your lifestyle. So the intensity of approaching that particular step is different. If my intention is to be a scientist, my intensity of thinking and going towards becoming a scientist will be very different, because I want to develop something.
Right.
If my intention is just to earn money out of any job, my intensity towards my life is going to be very different. So all these people who decide, or people who saw, so I get lots of queries saying, you know what, I read about you in some magazine or in some interview, I saw the YouTube video this, I want to be an Ironman. So just because you have seen this in media, and you know, it's very fascinating that, okay, somebody's pictures, they're on front cover, Gurgaon Times, blah, you think that, okay, it's doable, which is a good thing, you know. So people like us, so when I was doing Ultraman, I stepped out of the event even after reaching US. I said I can't do it because I have never swam 10 kilometers. I learned swimming in 2015. 2017 I'm approaching for the biggest endurance triathlon. So when I have to swim 10 kilometers, where I have maximum swam 6, that too in October 2016, I said I can't do it. So when I was going in the car and I was sitting and I was very nervous, Milind was sitting next to me and he said, let me tell you one thing, he's being a national champion swimmer. So he said, if I'll do it, people have this theory that, okay, a celebrity can do anything. National level swimmer, he's got money, blah, blah, train, gym, everything. He's like, but if you finish it, an average Indian, a slim Indian, 5'7", you know, never seen before, people can relate and say that, okay, he can do it, we can also do it. And I have seen that happening. I've seen that people saying that, oh, you know what, you're doing it, you have not even trained, insult ho jayega, ye ho jayega. Those only people send me message saying, how can we register the day I finished? And obviously, as you said, that there's a training involved. Now, training also has 2 patterns. Do you want to prove yourself like Usain Bolt, go perform, zoop and come back? Or you want to take it easy, organic way, so that the sustainability is very high. Stamina, right? So now, so Usain Bolt knows the career is only 5 years. So he's putting everything, because he knows I can only perform for 5 years, right? For us, we are amateur athletes where this is not life, it's a part of life. And this happens. You know, it's a very funny incident that when I announced that, okay, I'm going to do Ironman in Spain in September 2015, lots of people, not willingly, but they keep sending messages saying, how will you do it? They're not questioning you. They question themselves, and that's why they're asking this. One guy said, I'm learning swimming for past 1 year. I cannot even swim 100 meters. You don't even know how to swim. How will you do 3.8 kilometers? I said, why are you doubting myself? Let me at least start training. See, this is where they're losing faith. They don't have faith in themselves. So when I started learning, I said, okay, I did not respond to these guys. I started in April, May, June. In July 1st, I went to the swimming pool where I used to swim, and you know, and I said, okay, today I'm going to swim for 2 hours and let's see what happens. In 1 hour 55 minutes, I finished 3.8 kilometers of swimming, which is Ironman distance. I came out of the pool, got a picture clicked, and I posted saying 2.5 months of dedicated training. Yeah, that was a dedicated training. And so that's what happens. People, when they plan for something, be it a job, be it an investment, be it a career, if they cannot prioritize why they want it, what is the intention behind, they'll lose it. Because that motivation is missing.
Absolutely.
My motivation was that my friend asked me for Ironman. I said, no, dude, I want to be a guy who says I can. whatever comes in life, I want to say I can. I might be able to do it, I might not be able to do it, that's a different picture. But I'll say I can. I might not like it after 6 months, I'll say, okay, you know what, I could have done it, but I don't like that thing.
Sure.
Not everybody likes running. I like running, you might like yoga, somebody will like Zumba, somebody will like gymming. But the whole purpose of reaching to the pinnacle is to be healthy and fit. So my intention was clear, and that took me, so it took me 6 months to train. And when I finished my first Ironman 2015, it was my birthday. So I finished and I'm like, yaar, to ho gaya yaar. You'll not believe, the last 42 kilometers which I ran, I finished and I was standing, then I cheered for 3 more hours for people who were finishing. This was 2015, 3 years before when I did my first marathon in Mumbai. I could not even walk for 6 days. So that's the difference which training brings for like 3-4 years. Yeah.
I think I've enjoyed this conversation so much because I come from the world of investments.
Right.
And I can connect the dots.
Absolutely.
बोल रहे हो ना, ऐसा लग रहा है कि मोती गिर रहे हैं. And let me just summarize some of the learnings that I've just had from listening to you. One, spiritual
have
faith in yourself, right? Mind over body.
Yep.
You talked about the fact that training is very important. Setting goals is very important.
Very important.
Prioritizing is very important. At least know what you want to achieve, what you want to work towards.
Right.
The fact that you make a goal, work towards it, it is possible that either you will lose interest in that goal or you realize it is not for you.
For you, correct.
So the goal may not be met, but the fact that having a goal and working towards itself is an important milestone that you need to have.
It gives you clarity.
Exactly.
I did not want to do engineering, but now I have the courage to tell people that, okay, you know, so I went for my sister's wedding. A watchmaker guy asked me, he said, you know what, my son had done engineering in mechanical. What do you think he should do now? I said, even after doing his engineering, you're asking me, I'll tell him, make him doctor. So people don't give time to themselves or their, you know, so that faith part. And that's where, you know, after doing all these things, so it's been 9 years I'm into endurance sports. What I realized, first thing is that health and fitness are two different words. We overlap.
Use it interchangeably.
We overlap. Like people overlap. When I was working, the first time I took a SIP, I was even confused that what SIP means, what mutual fund means, what you know, the investment we do in LIC means. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Do I need a return out of it, or do I need to make it only for insurance?
Right.
There are plans where you get insured plus you get return also, right?
Absolutely.
People don't even know what they want for.
Absolutely.
So similar thing happened, that people don't know whether they want to be healthy or they want to be fit. Fitness is level. Today you can run 5 kilometers, tomorrow 10, 42. You don't do anything for 2 months, again you come back to 0.
Correct.
Being healthy is form of spiritual health, emotional health, mental health. If all three is happening, physical health will attain, because you are, you know, my grandfather used to say, I've written it in the book also, when the health minister of India asked him, you know, at the parliament that define what is health, and they used to call it, health means swasth. In Hindi you call it swasth, right? So all the health ministers of different states said that if you are not going to doctors, you are healthy. If you eat well, you are healthy. If you are not falling sick, you are healthy. He said, okay, listen to a scholar of Varanasi. You know, I'm basically from Varanasi. That what swasth means. So he said swasth are 2 words. Swa, which is self, plus sthit, means presence. So if you are present, if you can control your soul, and if you are present within yourself, you are healthy. If you are present within yourself, you know that how much you want to run. If you're present within yourself, you know what you're eating, whether it's good for your body or not. If you're present within yourself, you know how much money I need to earn, how much I need to spend for my need, how much I need to invest, how much I need to, you know, for my family, and everything will be very clear only if you're present within yourself. If you're not, then we see people roaming around, even if they're 60, asking what to do, what not to do.
So मुझे एक और चीज़ पता चली कि आप वाराणसी से हैं.
Yeah.
And I think I get my answer where you derive your spirituality from, because I love that city.
Yeah.
For what it does to you.
Yeah, it does.
I've gone there maybe 4, 5, 6 times.
Right.
But every time is special, and it offers something that is difficult to describe in words.
Yeah, it's different, but I think I got all those things from there, but realization happens because of my own experiences, which happens with everyone.
Absolutely. So Abhishek, एक जो मुद्दा है जो हमारी वर्ल्ड में, वर्ल्ड ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स में, जो काफ़ी लोगों को डरा के रखता है, भयभीत करके रखता है, फ्रॉम टेकिंग देयर जर्नी, टेकिंग दैट फर्स्ट स्टेप, is this word called risk. How do you tackle the world of risk? I'm sure there are risks on that side as well. So please share your perspective on that.
See, so I'll tell you how this journey of endurance sports helped me. I have taken risk quite a lot of time in my life. The risk was of leaving a very established job of a big MNC like General Electric. I was working, it's one of the bigger brand to work for, right? I took a risk of leaving that job, starting something on my own. I took a risk when I decided to go for Ultraman. I learned swimming 2 years back. People, they keep swimming for like years to decide that they want to swim 10 kilometers at a stretch. I took a risk, and that's why from Ironman I became Ultraman, so that I am out of 12 Indians who are in India who have done Ironman, Ultraman Triathlon. I had never thought, I'm not a studious guy, so I had never thought of writing a book, right? I took a risk of penning it down. I could not done it, without a friend of mine, Rajaraman sir. So then I recorded it. He helped me to put it as a structure. I took a risk of accepting my own failures in the book, so that I can pass it on to people and they're loving it. So I'm getting all these things only because I took risk, right? I took risk when I invested. The only place where I invested when I started getting salary in GE there was a SIP plan. So I thought, yeah, 4,000 rupees bahut hoga. But you'll not believe that 4,000 rupees when I invested, the NAV value of that particular SIP was 11 rupees. Right now it's 46 rupees.
Fantastic.
So even if I have invested 2.5 lakh, the value I'm getting right now is 5.5 lakh, which is amazing. The interest level is amazing.
Yeah.
Why in India people have this lack of appetite to take risk is because we think a lot about stability. Even if we are stable, we think about stability. So I'm saying if I'm stable about this year, I can take risk for next year. Right? We always have, but this happens only when you have faith. I left the job from GE because I knew that I have that courage, the stamina, the knowledge, the intellect, or the attitude that even if I don't do anything for next 6 months, what my saving is, I will get a job. Okay, I left a job and I'm earning 1 lakh per month, I might get for 60,000. So you need to have that faith and emotional fitness where you can control your emotion and say, boss, tab kamata tha ek, ab 60 mein bhi ja sakta hu. So when you have all this, you can take a risk, and it's very easy actually.
Also, very well put on the risk part. That risk is something not to be feared.
Yeah.
Rather, it is something that we need to embrace. Risk nahi hoga, to reward nahi hoga.
I'll tell you one more thing. People are not afraid of taking risks because it's risky, because they have this fear of failure.
Ah, lovely.
So I'll tell you. So this word failure. So there are 3 words which I feel are just words: fear, success, and failure. These 3. If you start thinking, what is fear? So किसी को मरने से डर है, किसी को रात का डर है, किसी को अंधेरे का डर है, किसी को जानवर का डर है. But what is fear? You're telling me the outcome. You have a fear that if you go on a terrace, you fall, you will die. So you have a fear of death. But what fear is? That's the result.
Yeah.
So it's a story we have made around.
Yeah.
40% in class 12 is failure? No, it's a story we have made कि 40% आया तो fail हो गया, 59% आया तो fail हो गया. Dude, I have written a book. I have my own company. I got 59%.
Sure.
There are people who clear IIT and then they're out in 1 year because they get year back. Because they think this is success.
Yeah.
Clearing IIT or IIM. There are people, so that's how. So if you define the story, so if you define a story that my life has to be surrounded by this, I think you will have the appetite to take risk.
Sure.
So that fear has to go away if people understand it's just a story they make.
The last thing I wanted to ask you your thoughts on is the world of technology. आज technology जो है वो हर चीज में घुस गई है. Every traditional business model, every traditional product is today touched by or reoriented by technology.
Right. So I'll be very blunt and honest on this because technology plays on both the sides. It's on how you want to use it.
Yeah.
I think when we say that what is the difference between data and information is that you have a lot of data. If you want, you can make information out of it. If you want, you can make a bomb out of it, right?
Right.
There was technology, that's where people got to know about things happening in US or Europe. I got to get connected with people who had done triathlon, I got to know about the training plans which was there in different apps. So for me, I think technology is a source, or it's an extra hand, what we have, which makes it easier for us.
Sure.
The only thing is, it should not be taken for granted so that you stop putting effort because technology is there. Right, so it should go hand by hand. People who understand this, suppose if I have an app and I should not put effort, just thinking there's an app which can solve my purpose, I think I'll not be able to use that technology. So technology is an extra mind, is an extra hand what you have in your body, which you should know how to use wisely.
Right.
If you think that you have an extra hand of technology and you stop using these hands, after 2 years you'll be paralyzed.
Correct.
So I think technology plays a very vital role, provided it has to be used wisely.
Fantastic. It's been a pleasure speaking to you, Abhishek, and मैं दोबारा ये बोलूँगा कि I am really thrilled.
Thank you.
Lot of insights, lot of learnings, and I think it's a great confluence from the world of financial and physical wellness both.
Yeah. And both is required. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for spending time with us.
My pleasure. Yeah. Thank you.